She must have left it right here on the arm of the chair because I found it here when I woke up.
A cake.
A cake.
I always liked her chocolate layer cake.
No, it was a vegetable carrot cake.
Vegetable cake. It shouldn't work, but it does.
See, she knows I'm allergic to carrots. Gives me hives.
Yeah, maybe she forgot.
It was in the shape of a middle finger.
Oh, she didn't forget.
And her house keys were baked in the middle of it.
Whew, she's got style.
Maybe I'll even eat some. Actually, maybe I will. If I get hives and she feels really sorry for me, maybe she'll come back.
Okay, your wife leaves you and your master plan to win her back is to give yourself hives?
I don't know. Maybe I don't want her back anymore.
Well, do you want her back or not? Make up your mind.
I don't know. Before last night I did, but now I don't know. What am I going to do, Greg?
Well, the first thing you're going to do is put some pants on.
I don't need pants.
You look ridiculous.
Look, I don't care anymore, all right? I am what I am.
All right, Popeye, but I mean, whoa. That's it. You're putting pants on.
Sorry about that. My fault. I got this. It's fixed. Yeah.
With a clothespin? That's a pretty risky maneuver putting a clothespin on down there. Here, put those on.
You put these on.
I'm already panted.
Well, all right, fine. We'll share them.
What?
There you go.
How the hell did you do that?
I've been working out. I'll do yours next if you want.
Welcome back to BuzzMoncton.com. I'm Terry, and tonight we're talking with we're talking to the entire cast, actually, of the latest Harry Tease Productions play that'll be unfolding at the Théâtre d'Escouette coming up later in March. And we have Scott Grant over here to our left, and to our right is Travis Ferris. Thanks for joining in, gentlemen, and for being here.
Thanks. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Our pleasure.
Right on. So this is going to be another laugh riot from what we're hearing. It's kind of a Harry Tease tradition now. Scott, maybe you can let us in a little bit on the story and the title and that type of thing.
Sure. Yeah, the play's titled Buying the Moose, and it's a love story, a traditional or non-traditional Canadian love story. Centers around 4 characters, 2 brothers and their wives, and it's a little bit of the, I guess from a gender perspective, the guy's perspective versus the girl's perspective on life and the differences therein. So it kind of makes light at that, and there's obviously, in a comedy, circumstances that happen, misunderstandings and all those fun things, and
There's
so
one or two.
One or two. And so yeah, it's a good time overall, and I think folks will enjoy it.
So who do you play in this production?
Well, I'm the older brother, as you can see. I play Greg, who is the older brother to Rob, and we basically spend a lot of time on stage together, conversing and trying to figure out our way out of a predicament a little bit, and conversely, the girls are dealing with the similar predicament from their perspective, and so it kind of gets into a little bit of comedy of errors that way.
Of course, and we certainly don't want to give too much away because that's what would ruin it for everybody.
Yeah.
So Travis, how long have you been with Harry Tease Productions?
Probably about 2.5 years. I think I was elsewhere and hopping across the country, and when I finally came back, Mike actually used to teach me, and I got in touch with him, and he said, "Hey, what are you doing?" I said, "I'm free. What can I do for you?" So he said, "Why don't you come down here and do some shows with us?" And so I've been doing it for about that long. I think you've been a little longer, right?
No.
Oh no, actually,
actually.
you came in after me.
Yeah, you're a vet to me, man.
It's the winter. It's getting in my head.
No. Yeah, it's your third show, right?
Yeah, I guess
And my second.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So tell us about Rob. Who are you playing?
Rob is a nice guy who just can't help but kind of trip over his own devices and machinations. He has all the right intentions and his heart's in the right place, and he wants to do right and make his girl happy, but he just keeps messing up, and he has to sort of throw out the lifeline to his brother and say, "I don't know what to do. I've messed it up, and I'm just going to sit here in my pajamas until I figure it out," because he just really doesn't know where to go next. So that's where the brotherly part comes in, which is really nice. It plays off where it says, "I need some advice. You got any?" And the advice comes out eventually after the regular and requisite, brotherly arm punching.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with it. I'm sure that it's going to be a fantastic time. We're going to take a couple of minutes and talk with the ladies. They're going to be up here in just a second. So Travis,
they here?
they're here.
Thanks, Terry.
Thanks again.
All right. Thanks,
And
Terry.
Scott, looking forward to the rave reviews, positive reviews. Yeah.
Cool. Thanks, Terry.
Here we are again on the set, the rehearsal set of Buying the Moose from Harry Tease Productions, chatting with the ladies. We talked to the guys a little while ago. So we have Amanda Flanagan and Aloma Jardine, who are playing the other two characters in this play. It's basically a 4-character play, which is kind of interesting because we see, all kinds of different large-scale type productions, with people coming and going. This one's going to be a lot more intimate. And so Amanda, maybe you can talk a little bit about your character and how she fits into all of this story.
My character's name is Betty, and she is a little high-strung, and she's kind of in a fight with her husband of 5 years and looking for a way to figure it out. And there's some really confusing, funny things that happen that would probably be kind of hard to figure out in real life if you're in that situation yourself. So it's a hoot. We have a lot of fun.
So Betty, you must be married to Rob in the play because we were talking to Rob.
I have to think about that. Which one's Travis?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And Aloma, now, so that means you're going to be Scott's partner.
Yeah, exactly. I'm married to Greg. Yeah.
Greg, right?
And
Okay.
my character's name is Cheryl. And Cheryl and Betty are very good friends and have kind of become friends because obviously being married to the brothers.
Yeah.
And so there's a nice rapport between the two of them, I think, and it's sort of neat how, of course, Betty comes over and she's all upset because this terrible thing has happened, and Cheryl wants to help her, but she also wants to gossip, I think, a lot, and so
the woman.
Yeah, exactly, and so there's a lot of that sort of female chit chat going back and forth, and they really are there for one another though, and that's kind of nice. So they support one another even to the detriment of my poor husband, who kind of gets drug into the whole thing, even though he hasn't done anything. At all, he kind of at some point I say what Rob did splashed on you, and that's sort of really what happens. He was innocent, but it comes out not so much in Cheryl's eyes at some point.
This just seems like the perfect date night from what we're hearing from the
Yeah,
different
definitely.
characters, right?
Yeah,
Definitely.
I think that's actually a really good sum up, because I think it's one of those things that lots of times you're like, oh, my husband just like that, but I think the guys will also be like, oh, my wife does that too, and so because sometimes you get one and it's a little slanted one way or the other, and you feel like the women walk away feeling vindicated, maybe not so much the men, or vice versa. But I think this is a good one where everyone's going to say, oh, I know, I do that too, or my spouse does that same thing, and everyone will feel like it kind of balanced out. Everybody looks a little bit foolish at some point.
Everybody, yeah.
and everybody gets a little dig in there at some time, or a little win in there too. So.
Oh, awesome! Yeah, fantastic. So Buying the Moose is obviously it has to be a Canadian written play. Do you know anything about the background or the backstory?
Yeah.
Everything.
Yeah. Well, it's a Canadian author. He's a new author, actually. Yeah. I think this is his first play, as far as we know. And so we've actually, which is unusual, we've actually been in contact a bit with him as a playwright. Usually you get your script and that's it, and you never speak with the playwright. But he's been in contact with our director, which is kind of neat. He's changed a few things along the way, which also doesn't usually happen. But it's kind of I won't say work in progress because it's done, but he's seen it performed, I think, only twice before. Okay. So this will be like the third time it's ever been performed, which is really neat, actually, because usually by the time you come to it, it's been done dozens of times, and so we can really maybe bring something to it because it's brand new, and it's just really neat to have that connection with the playwright, that we've been able to see him go, oh, I think I'm going to move this here because it sounds better, and you're like, yes, it does. And so and just really fun to do something that's very much Canadian, and you can definitely tell it has that Canadian voice in it, and that's a real pleasure to do. Yeah.
Just one more question for Amanda. What makes this play special? Why should people just run out and get tickets for this thing?
It's so relatable. I think everyone watching it, no matter the age or the sex, is going to be like, I've done that, I do that, my spouse does that, my girlfriend does that. We've all had that I don't want to say fight, but conversation. We've all been in that position, and it's just hilarious. Like, we barely get through the rehearsals because we're laughing so hard every time. It's we have a lot of fun coming here 3 times a week, so it's funny as hell. Can I say hell? Excellent. No, it's so funny, and it's a real hoot. So I wouldn't miss out.
Awesome. Can somebody remind me of the dates? March 23rd to the 25th, I'm thinking, but is that right?
No, I think it's later
26, 27, 28,
there you go.
29.
I didn't know.
Okay.
I'll be there.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then there's a
a
matinee
Sunday.
on Sunday, which is
Yeah.
kind of a nice Sunday afternoon.
26th to the 29th.
If those are those dates.
Yeah.
If the Thursday matches with the 26th.
Sounds right.
Exactly.
Sounds right. I just trying to remember what the poster looked like.
Tickets are on sale now too, and then you can check out the Facebook page for more information too.
So head over to harryteesproductions.com to get all the ticket information and more about the play. It's going to be a lot of fun, March 26th through 29th. Still time to get some tickets. And so for Amanda, Aloma, Scott, and Travis, I'm Terry. Thanks a lot for hanging out with us with buzzmoncton.com. Come back and see us often, and be sure to check out our events page.